So this is where I usually walk at our high school track, and usually about between 7 and 8, but today I came 6:30 to 7:30, and I'm getting my walk in, and it feels so good. I listen to music, I do different paces, and I go 2 miles. So on with my walk, and I will end it very soon. I am traveling today to my sister-in-law's home, on a road where my daughter used to travel to teach school. She used to live in this town that I'm going to pass through shortly. It's really kind of a pretty drive. I mean, there's nothing down here. It's just basically hills and open land. Not a whole lot, but anyway, it's a nice drive. I should have taken pictures of the drive that's a little bit prettier, but anyway, this is kind of what the country in Texas looks like. Windmills, those stupid wind towers that we've got all over the place, and this is pretty flat land here, but I just passed through some hills. But anyway, that's what's going on today. I am going to be going around curves, and it's just pretty hilly in this part of the country. Interesting. But yeah, that's what I'm up to for the next 2 days. I'm going to be staying with her overnight, and we are going to sort of semi-clean out my husband and her mother's home, which has been vacant for many, many years, and it is finally going to sell, which is good. It was kind of sad that it was just sitting, not being used. You know, when my mother passed, we sold it pretty quickly. It was about a year and a half, and this one's been sitting for, I won't even say the number of years that it's been sitting, but hopefully everything will go well, and I know it's difficult to do. I offered to come and help her so that it wouldn't be quite as hard, hopefully, to go through everything. So I'm going to jump off here right now so I can pay attention to my driving, and I'm coming very close. My daughter wants me to go by and see where she used to live, so I might do that right quick because I do have some time. So I'm coming into the town where she used to live. It feels really strange to drive in here. It used to have inspired. It's just so nice to be, I hate to say free, but I am free to do things that I've always wanted to do, like helping people when they need it, family members, of course, and all of that. So, yeah, I'm excited about that. So I stopped at a veterinary clinic on my way out of town. Our little town does have a pretty good veterinary clinic for the county. We're kind of in an area where there's lots of animals and lots of cattle. And I stopped at that clinic to see about getting my little Oreo and her daughter fixed so that no more kittens will happen. I mean, I hate it, but that's just what I need to do. She's not mine. She may not stay still. I always wonder, will she still be around? Will she stay with us? I don't know. But she is right now, so I feed her, I take care of her, so I guess I have to claim her to be mine. I'm going to talk about this, and I would love comments. I've never had pets, I've said that before, except for birds, many, many years ago, and I only had them for about 3 or 4 years. And then when I had my daughter, I gave them away to a lady who was lonely and needed a pet, so that worked out really well. I never asked for these little cats, but it happened, and I started it. You know, Oreo came to me, brought her little kittens under our deck. She was skinny and frail, and I felt sorry for her. And so I started the feeding process, and she stayed around. So the other day, it's been about a week now, I received a letter in the mail addressed to me into our house address. We live in a town where we don't get our mail except through a post office, but occasionally people will write our house number, and the post office graciously, I guess, looks us up and puts it in the correct box. This one I wish they hadn't put in. Anyway, it was a letter about being a responsible pet owner, and please don't add to the cat population because of, you know, that story, which they did not know this, whoever it was that sent the anonymous letter, by the way, that we had already planned to have something done if Oreo stayed around. I'm sorry that she had another litter of cats, but those little kittens, when they are weaned and she is finished, my sister is wanting to take them to her farm. Because, you know, cats need to be out on the farm and take care of rodents and stuff like that. So there are plans for those kittens. They were not going to just be loose and whatever. And I was going to take care of them until time for them to separate from their mother. And so I was upset about the letter. It's none of their business. If it was a neighbor, it's none of your, it's none of their business. It's none of your business what happens in my backyard. And although I am not a pet owner, I am fully aware that I am feeding them and they are technically known as mine, and that I will do something about it. I guess that stems from being a teacher and being in control all the time. It's like, don't tell me what to do. I know what to do. I'm very aware of it. But I didn't know if they would stay, and I didn't feel it necessary to trap them and take them it may be a viewer of my YouTube. If it is, it's none of your business. I will take care of what I need to take care of. If it is a neighbor and you watch my videos, I'm just going to tell you I'm upset about it, and you didn't know my plans, and you need to keep your letters to yourself. I will take care of what I need to take care of when it's time. And I have to wait 6 weeks. I visited the clinic this morning, the veterinary clinic that we have. She suggested waiting until Lora is finished lactating, so that would push it another week past what I had planned. And I'm going to borrow my sister's animal carrier, pet carrier, and I'm going to hopefully be able to trap her and take her and get it done. So, the spade is spading neuter. I don't know which one it is. That's how much I'm not into animals. So they have a female fixed. It's $192 plus rabies vaccines, shots, health update, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, altogether it will be $260. I'm a retired teacher. I don't have that kind of money to spend on a pet that's not really my pet, and yet I'm going to do it and had planned to do it all along. Now, Shadow, same thing, $260. So that's going to be $520 plus whatever. I don't know if the tax, I don't know about all that. I don't know what to think about it. It's got to be done. That's what it is. So I feel like I might be able to catch Oreo, but I don't know about Shadow. She's still very, very wild. So the plan is to put the pet carrier in the backyard with a little towel and occasionally put food in there so that they will go in and feel comfortable. And I have about 4 weeks to get them used to it. And I would like to say that I'm happy about it. I'm not. I would like to say that it didn't bother me that someone brought that to my attention, but it did. I'm kind of one of those people that I don't like to be told what to do. I'm pretty stubborn. And I feel like I'm intelligent enough to know what to do without somebody forcibly telling me what to do. And that comes from a lot of things that happened when I grew up and being a teacher and so forth. So, there's my rant. And to those of you who have pets, be assured that I'm taking care of my adopted two and plan to give a nice home to those that are currently being nursed, as far as I know, under my deck. I don't even know if they're down there. She moved them about a week after they were born. I don't even know if it was a week, a few days. And the out of her school year. And then next week, I will be gone Monday and Tuesday again to my sister-in-law's home. We're cleaning out, getting things ready for a situation that is coming up that I prefer not to talk about, other than I'm helping her clean out a home. So I enjoy that. It's really a lot of fun. And we're hoping to, my sister's going to come. She's going to bring a lady who is an antique dealer, and we're going to try to get some things gone and taken care of. And it's going to be good. And I'm going to enjoy getting to visit with my sister today and my sister-in-law next week. And I am just grateful to the Lord to be still healthy and well and free to do things for my family. So I am headed that way, and I will stop my little rant that I was on and get over it and move on to new and better things. Thank you, Lord, for the rain. It was wonderful. It was fantastic. I had to stop at a car wash and get my window cleared. I have a monthly subscription kind of a thing to a car wash in our city, because you might as well, I mean, if you wash your car 3 or 4 times a month, you might as well have that subscription. So even though we live 30 miles away, to me it's worth it. So I got my car kind of cleared of insects. That's another bad thing about living in our part of the country. We have multitudes of insects when spring is here. And we have had an extreme moth issue. It happens every few years. And so there's been a lot of, we didn't have a really hard winter, just a few days in the zeros, so it has caused the insects to come out sooner and more. So I'm going to be gone, and catch you later. Oh Lord, look at this beautiful, beautiful day. It is just gorgeous. We have had tons of rain, and I am on my way back to my sister-in-law's to help with cleaning out grandmother's house, the mother of my husband and my sister-in-law. She lives about 120 miles from where we live, and I'm going to stay with her for a couple of days, and like I did last week, and we're going to see if we can get some things done. There are parts that are flat with a lovely little windmill. And then parts that are very hilly. Right now it's just flat, just like where I live. You can see the clouds breaking up a little bit as I get close to the halfway point. This country is very western, lots of horses, lots of cattle ranches, some farmland. It's really pretty. There is this huge drop as you come into this town. It's like a valley. Funny little hole in the sky as it's clearing. I'm going to be really glad to see the sun. I never thought I would say that because we desperately always need rain, but it is great to see blue sky. And then we come into town, and I'm going to stop here and get maybe some donuts or breakfast burrito, something like that we can eat before we start our day cleaning out. Well, another day has gone by, and So much has been going on lately. I have been super, super busy, and I'll explain that in just a minute. But anyway, I've finally gotten ready for this morning. My husband and I worked in the yard yesterday, and I'm just absolutely exhausted. It always just kills us both, the older that we're getting working in the yard. So I just have on this little t-shirt that I picked up from a cute shop that I went to when I went to help my sister in her art studio. We are cleaning up her studio, getting the rooms in order, and she's getting ready to go on a trip. So my daughter and I are going to go finish up the last room in her studio and try to get it all fixed up so that when she comes back, everything's nice and fresh and neat. But anyway, I thought this little t-shirt was really, really cute because it has little flowers as if they were coming out of the chest pocket, and I just thought that would be so fun. Put me so much in the mood for coming home and getting my plants out that I usually put out for the spring. So I will tell you what I have been up to. So anyway, after working in the yard yesterday, my hair is just horrendous. I had to cut my bangs. Does anybody else do that? Do you cut your hair in between haircuts? I do, because my bangs get so long, and when they get down to here, I've just got to get them out of my face. They drive me crazy because they fall everywhere. So anyway, I washed my hair yesterday, and it was a little bit humid. So, you know, as I've told you with curly hair, I just have to deal with what it looks like the next day. But anyway, forgive the look. Anyway, so what I've been doing the past 2 weeks is I have been going to my sister-in-law's home. My husband and her sold their mother's home after many years. And so I have gone to her home, which is about 120 miles from us, and helped her clean out that home and get everything taken care of so that the purchase can go through. So I spent about 5 days helping with that, and then I would come home and get a few things done around my house and then go to my sister's, which she is 90 miles from me, and help her in her art studio to kind of clean up and clear up so that she can feel a little bit better about her space. I have enjoyed every minute of it. I love helping people. I love organizing. That's just one of the things that I enjoy doing. I love cleaning things out. I like going through my closets at home. I love to go through my closets about every 3 or 4 months. It's just something that I like to do, and it makes me feel a little bit more organized and all that good stuff. So that is what I've been up to. And then as I have come home, we have had an infestation of moths. Yes. Oh, I just hate them. They have been everywhere. They get up on my ceilings, which they're about on their way out. They're, actually I saw one not too long ago, but I don't know where it is. Anyway, they will cover the ceiling at night, and they get up in those windows and just flutter. They said that we were going to do this. We were going to have this year. We had it about, I would say years ago. We had the same problem, and it was just, it was so maddening that it gave me anxiety. It killed my vacuum cleaner, because I would vacuum them, and because moths, they're real dusty, and it happened all over this area of Texas, from mid Texas to the upper panhandle where we live. And it was just, I can't even describe to you how it is. And then this year it hasn't been quite as bad, but they gather at night, of course, and do their thing, buzzing around, and then in the morning you have to walk around and pick up all the dead ones, which some of them leave their dust behind, and then some of them leave these orange spots that kind of look like an orange blood. It gets on my lampshades. It gets on the wall. So I just just go around and try to clean up after this. They are supposed to be on their way to Colorado, and they stop off here for some stinking reason and just make the biggest mess for about 4 to 6 weeks. But I think we are on the end of their journey, and we'll be able to get back to life as I like it better. So that's what I've been doing this morning, is going around and picking up dead moths. So another thing, I have shown you my journey of my amaryllis that my sister gave me for Mother's Day, and it is on its second round of blooms. It had 3 blooms, and I've shown that, and this is what's happening now. So it's going to keep blooming. Sorry about my fly swatter, but that's my moth killer for a while. Anyway, they are back in bloom, and it's going to be beautiful. I made me some popcorn the other night, and I just store it in a bag until I get hungry for it, and I will be doing that soon. Okay, so anyway, while I was at my sister-in-law's and we were cleaning out grandmother's home, I got to have a few things that she wanted me to have, and I brought home. So my mother-in-law had purchased a Viking sewing machine, and I'm not going to open it up. I just don't really want to right now. It's just kind of a pain. A Viking sewing machine that she never used. She never had it out of the box. So my sister-in-law wanted me to have that. And then she purchased a sewing table as well. It's got a few defects, but it's not bad. And it will be really nice to use once I get the sewing machine. I don't know anything about a Viking. My sewing machine was a Singer. Super easy to use. So I will have to relearn how to use a Viking. So that was one thing that I got to bring from my mother-in-law as a treasure. My brother-in-law went to an estate, kind of a auction, and he purchased for me, before he passed away, these beautiful bowls, because he knows I love blue. So he got me these bowls, and I've just put them on top of each other for right now, because I haven't decided where I want them or what I want to do with them. But they're just gorgeous, and I have just put them together on my dining room table, which is finally cleared off from my jewelry making, which I've shown you that I am jewelry making in the office / music room. So all my junk is in there. And then this little purse belonged to my sister-in-law when she was little. And it's a metal purse. Just so unique with a lucite handle, you know, and it's missing the clasp. So I'm going to be trying to find a clasp, and I'm going to polish it up. And this is so crazy, but I just put it in the dishwasher. I know that's probably stupid, but I did. And actually it cleaned it up really well. I just need now to polish it and make it look prettier and try to find a clasp to go on top. She didn't want it. It wasn't that big of a memory for her. And I just thought it was cute and unique. So I'm going to see if I can fix that up. And then my daughter and I went to an estate sale, and she got a silver tea service, which she has left at home for me to try to polish up. And then I got myself a beautiful crystal bowl, that one right there. And I keep all my crystal and glass in this cabinet. And so back to what I got as treasures from my mother-in-law's home. She had this cute little ceramic thing that holds lipstick. And I just thought it was absolutely adorable. So I have placed it in my bathroom for right now. And this is what it looks like. I mean, is that not adorable? That is the cutest thing I've ever seen. So right now I just have my lip scents in there. But there's little holes for you to put your lipstick. And I can't remember, let me see where this was manufactured. Isn't she adorable? She reminds me of my head vases. So that's why I thought, okay, I've got to keep this. She is just too cute. Now, there's no markings on the bottom, so I don't know. But I thought, how sweet to have. Now, another dust catcher. I know I'm not real big on dust catchers, but it's a memory. I know it belonged to her. She was a precious lady. She was very, very kind to me as a daughter-in-law, and I really enjoyed knowing her. For the brief period of time that I did. She's been gone about, let's see, maybe 28 years, I think. Anyway, long time. So there was a little chair at her home. This is the only one. It was by itself. So I brought it home, cleaned it up, polished it up, put it in my daughter's room, and I'm going to try to look for a little chair pad to put on it that will go with things that are in my daughter's room. And it matches very well my shutters, my plantation shutters. And most everything else in my daughter's room is this French provincial type furniture. But because that's over there by the windows, I think it'll be just fine to be there. So that came from her. And let's see. Then my brother-in-law, before he passed away, he bought a table at the auction that he went to. This is just a wicker top. It's actually black. And I think somebody, of course, did it with that milk paint stuff. And I'm not sure that it's an original piece. I think they did something to it and just glued the wicker stuff on the top of it. But anyway, for right now, I don't know what I'm going to do with it in the future, but for right now, it's just going to go over here in the corner of my guest bedroom. People who visit can put their phone, purse, you know, whatever they want on that. Even though it doesn't really match in here, it's going to be just fine, you know, for a guest room little side table that really you can't see it all that well. The thing that I got from cleaning out my mother-in-law's home are some milk glass lamps that I've got to find a clip-on shade, which I'm looking on Amazon. They do work. They work very well. So I just need to find something that I can put on top to not have that harsh light. Don't know if this is where I'm going to leave them. Don't even know if I'm going to keep them. We were originally going to sell them at a garage sale or something, but you know, with it just being memories, I will probably keep them. I don't know. And also, my sister-in-law had a birthday, and she's going to be coming this weekend for Memorial Day, and we have birthday gifts ready for her to open. So that is what's going on so far. And then my mother-in-law also had some Corningware pieces. This was one of her Corningware dishes, and I just love the blue corn part of this. So she had that. She also had a bread loaf pan, but I already had one of those, so I did not take it. And I keep most of my Corningware here, and then I also put some in this rotating Lazy Susan, and she had one of these, and it's just a little deeper than this one, so that will be a nice memory from her that I have. And here's my other Corningware pieces that I use at various times. But anyway, those are some memories that I can keep of my brother-in-law, my mother-in-law, and so forth. Okay, another thing that I'm going to be working on this summer, My sister visited yesterday after we had worked in the yard, brought us a Firehouse sub, which I'm so grateful for. I love those things. And her daughter, who lives far, far away, about 600 miles away, she has 2 daughters, and they love clothes. So there are many, many bags of the clothes those girls have had over the years. One of them is now, I believe, 11, and the other one is 14. And so I'm going to be going through these clothes and working for my niece clothes on Poshmark. I don't know how to do it. I've looked on Poshmark. I don't know a lot about Poshmark. There's the bags. But I'm gonna find out. I think it's not the best way to sell because I think Poshmark takes like 20% of your sales, which to me is a lot, but you know, using their site, I guess that's part of it. I have thought about Facebook groups selling the clothes, a garage sale type of situation. I don't think would be real good because, you know, people who come to garage sales don't want to pay a big price, and a lot of these clothing pieces have not been worn, or they have been worn once or twice and they are in such great shape that she would like to get a little bit out of them. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get the best price, and then she's going to pay me to do that, since I am that wonderful, let me say it again, that you've heard 150,000 times, retired teacher. So the next thing that I worked on while I have been at home is getting my plants in order for the spring and summer season. I love to have plants. I love to water them and take care of them. So here's what I've done outside. So outside in the front, on one side of our front entry, there are beautiful bushes, and with the rains that we've had, we've been really lucky. We've had a lot of rain, which we don't get, so I'm thrilled to have it. And the bushes on this side have done well. The bushes on this side died. So I had to cut them down, and we're gonna have to wait a little bit until the root system sort of dies out and we can dig those up. So in the meantime, I have gotten some plants, which I'm gonna tuck the hanger down. I don't like to take the hanger off because when the season is over, I want to carry them to the trash without any problems, so the hanger stays. But I need another one for the middle, and I will be looking for that soon. But I'm gonna have 3 there to kind of cover up this area, and then some asparagus ferns on each side. And then I went to Lowe's and I got a new mini rose bush to put with the 2 that I already had that are not really doing all that well. So this one's a little bit bigger, so hopefully it will kind of stand out and help these other 2. It'll be the biggest, and then I'll have 2 flanking on each side, which I think will look kind of pretty. And look how beautiful the roses are in front. When we get rain, it just is amazing what rain does to this part of Texas. And I worked out in the yard yesterday. I had grasses coming up in my island area. That's why you see some bare spots. I had to get those grasses out and take care of those. And then I planted some daylilies. I'm gonna get some daylilies started in the front because those seem to do the best in my part of the country. So the front area is starting to pick up and look pretty. This is my front entry area. And nothing's happened over here. This is all kind of stayed like it is. And these will grow through the summer and kind of fill out this part of the landscaping. But as you come into my front entrance, this is kind of what it looks like. So I thought having these plants on each side with the geranium and other plants in those would look just fine. I got this all cleaned up yesterday, but we are supposed to have a big storm later. Yesterday there were big storms in this part of our country to the east, and it was bad. They had a lot of tornadoes. I don't think anybody was hurt. I haven't heard the news today, so I'm not sure I hope not. But we had tornadoes, they had hail, and I was scared to death that we were going to experience that as well. Pardon my washer and dryer, but I'm doing a load, trying to get everything kind of picked back up. Kitty poos, my little Oreo, my little Shadow, who I am so fearful she might be expecting to. I have not gotten to the point where I'm going to be able to get them fixed. I have to wait on Mama here to get past her lactating process, which will be around the 14th. And then this one that I can't catch, and I don't know how I'm going to catch her, to try to take her to the vet and get that all taken care of. So I feel really bad that we're not taken care of before I could. And she's not even a year old, so it kind of makes me sick that she's already gonna have children. And I'm sorry, they're not mine anyway. You know, I keep saying this, they're adopted. I didn't know what I was gonna do. So anyway, I will be a responsible owner as soon as I can get that taken care of. So here are my plants that I have gotten out for the spring and summer. I put 2 asparagus ferns out here, some geraniums in my pots, some lantana. And these may not do well. I'm going to have to talk to my sister-in-law about the lantana. But they may have to go in the ground. I don't know. But anyway, I just wanted some lantana, some color at our tables. Beautiful, beautiful arrangements of geraniums. I have red, I have peach, I have pink. And then the lady that I did I didn't even talk about that. I had to do a mural, and I'll try to insert a picture of that, for a Sunday school breakfast. And the lady returned the favor and gave me a foxtail fern, which I do not know anything about it, how to take care of it, but we're gonna learn. So yesterday, while I was working outside, Mama brought her babies right there, and she was transferring them from the hut that we have, a storage hut. She brought them here, and then she moved them under the deck where they were anyway. So I got to hold 4 of the babies. She had 5. I don't think maybe one of them survived, unless she had already taken it under the deck. I don't know. You know, cats are really secretive, and you don't really know what they've got until later. So anyway, so here's another one of my geraniums that I put over here in my little wheelbarrow, my iron wheelbarrow. And a lot of things have died out there. Not much you can do about it, but you know, you just replant as best you can and try to make things work. So what are you guys doing? Are you going in the garage? You don't need to be going in the garage. I will get you some food in just a minute, because I already fed you at 8:30, and it's just now, I think, maybe 11, and you're really not due for food for a couple hours. But we'll see, because I know y'all don't eat a whole heck of a lot. I've got to take their house apart. I've got to get it cleaned up, because that's where she kept the babies. And then here's what I planted yesterday. I do not know what these things are called, but they are a type of lily, and they're just gorgeous. Oops, I'm sorry. They're really pretty, and we're going to see how they do. I put 2 lantana in the ground, and I don't know how they're going to do. And then these lilies, I don't know how they're going to do. I just thought they would look so pretty behind the yellow ones that are going to come up here. And then, of course, my roses back there in the back will bloom off and on during the summer. So that's my landscaping for this year. I need to fill my bird feeder. It's empty. I filled a hole in the yard with the extra dirt that was left over from my planting. My big oak tree is spreading out, getting huge. And let's see what's going on around the yard. Last year I planted daylilies here. They're going to be fine. I put one over here. It needs some partners, but I don't know when I'm going to get that done. Soon, maybe. My, these things that bloom in the fall, I can't even think. Today, I'm so tired, I can't even think. They do really well. They get real green in the summer, and then they bloom in the fall. They're really beautiful. Some of my Nandina died out, but it looks like it's starting to come back a little bit, which that's good, because I thought it was dead. I thought we were going to have to dig it all up, but I think it's going to be okay. This wood stuff that we never use, but regardless, here it is. And my other daylilies that I did last year, I just don't worry about this clover stuff. It will die out pretty quick and not be. We live by a highway, sorry, so trucks are always going up and down. So this area is coming together pretty good, and like I said, that clover will be gone pretty soon, and the daylilies will start to bloom. And in this area, I was a little bit worried about this, but it seems to be doing okay. Not sure. This area, these I planted last year, so hopefully they're going to be okay. This one I planted this year, the rose, in between these two that do stuff in the fall. My beautiful daylilies that are going to start blooming pretty soon. My whatever that is in the middle, I can't think of it right now. My head is just going berserk. I just can't think of anything. I'm so tired from working in the yard. Anyway, these two are, I don't know. I don't think they're going to make it. And if they don't, we'll dig them up, and I think I'll just put roses or something. But I did these daylilies a few weeks ago. I just did kind of a semicircle behind the whatever this plant is. I can't think of the name of it. Crud. Anyway, I think that'll be pretty, kind of flanking the back of that. And then these roses have been here, this one, ever since we moved here. And then I added these little ones. Hopefully they will be doing okay. And then I'm trying to get some lavender to come up. I had lavender over there. It died. This one is not looking great, but it seems to be coming back. So hopefully it will be all right. And oh my word, I just love to touch the leaves and smell of it after you touch it. This daylily area is just going berserk. It's very, very happy. And it will be great. My mock orange is in bloom, and it always smells really nice when it goes. And then the low, this stuff, I can't think of anything, y'all. I'm just nuts. Can't think of it. Evergreen stuff, it does okay. I never have liked it that much, but I'm certainly not going to dig it out because it's a pain. This Nandina was looking horrible about 2 weeks ago. Now it's coming back, so I'm grateful for that. I have a tree coming up over here. My husband is going to cut down this lower branch when he comes out to work again in the yard today because it is dead. It hangs low and it hits us in the head. We have a trap over here set for a possum, and haven't caught one yet, but we did catch a cat, and it went to the country. And then I have some roses here coming up. This back area is kind of crummy. Nothing grows back there. I would like to get some sort of metal, something cute, not to sit in, but just to have back there. But I haven't found anything yet. More Nandina coming back to life. So I don't think it didn't die. I'm so happy that it did not die because I was real worried about that. And then this tree has come out. I'm just letting it go. It's really pretty. Don't know what it is, but it's really pretty. This one, I think I've lost it. I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know how we're gonna take it out. But if we do take it out, if it does completely die, then I'm just gonna replace it with one of these mock orange. I mean, not mock orange. One of these rose bushes that do so well. More daylilies that are doing great. My daylilies around the fountain that are doing great. This one's not looking so hot. Many winters of 0 temperatures for a few days just kill it. This tree going berserk like it always does. Ground cover doing all right. I think it's okay. I've had a lot of plants in the back die, so we're slowly taking those out and replacing as needed. I did put a daylily in a pot, and it's been doing just fine and growing. And in this area, we lost major bushes here, and I just haven't taken out the root system because, you know, they were so big that they have a huge root system. So we'll just have to see what to do about those. As far as I know, the babies are under the deck. You can see kind of a hollowed out area where the cats go in and out and to take care of the babies, but when they're hidden, of course, I don't get to see them. But anyway, I really enjoyed holding them yesterday. They were so cute. But we're gonna give them a home and get them taken care of so they won't be roaming the neighborhood. And my greenery here, these are not doing great, but we'll see if they kind of come back to life. Some of it takes a little while when the spring comes. It just takes a little while for everything to come out. So this is a combination of ground cover that has the purple blooms, combination of that, and a combination of this vinery that goes everywhere that I have to kind of cut down, and it's honeysuckle, and it's kind of a pain. You can see how it's going to get attached right there to the tree and try to go up in it, and I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to stop this and take that out. I do not want that going up the tree. So anyway, this tree had major damage when we had hail last year and the year before, so it's kind of sick looking, but I think it'll be okay. And that takes me back to the deck and the patio, and everything's kind of getting fixed back like I like it, so that I can come out, sit on the deck, read my books, look at my catalogs, and this year enjoy my little friends, Miss Oreo and Miss Shadow. Oh, Shadow, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Anyway, you guys, sometimes I think, why did they have to come visit me? Why? Because now I'm so attached and I just can't stand it without you, and yet I want to take care of you so that you will not have 1,500 children. So anyway, good days ahead in the backyard. Oops, I'm sorry. They have decided that they are hungry. And I know with Oreo being a new mother and Shadow becoming a mother, I think they probably need to eat a little more often. So like I said, I fed them at 8:30. It's just now 11:30. I don't usually do anything until like 1 or so, and then again at 6 or 7. So anyway, but they seem hungry, so we will do what they think they need to do. So that visit outside curled my hair even more, frizzed it. You know, not really curled, frizzed it. I don't really have a pretty curl. It's just cotton candy. So anyway, what I need to do is get my laptop out, start on my retired teacher group yearbook that I do every year. I would show it, but for privacy issues, I'm not going to because of the photos. And I did not film anything that I did when we went to help, or when I went to help my sister-in-law, privacy issues. I did not film anything organizing my sister's art studio. Again, privacy issues, not wanting to invade, you know, them not being on YouTube, you know, and I understand that. I get it. So a lot of that I cannot share. I can only tell you about. But my daughter's going to be home this weekend. It is going to be Memorial Day on Monday. She's going to get out of school, and we have lots of plans. We're going to read on the deck. She has a lot of things to do on her computer. I've got a lot of things to do on my laptop, and she's going to help me with the doing of the bags that are in the office in there to try to sell some clothes for my niece and great nieces. So lots of things going on, lots of things planned. Thanks for hanging out with these days in my life, and I'm going to get this on, and I will catch you another time when things are going on. Many blessings to all of you. A wonderful Memorial Day to all of you, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.